nestling tightly against him from left and right, tilting up their little faces at the same time. They looked at Leon in unison. Daddy, you be the judge. Leon held his sleeping youngest daughter secure lie in his arms, looking at his two noisy, lively daughters in front of him. His face was full of gentle affection, mixed with a helpless smile. Naming a child is a very important matter. Your mother had thought about it for a long time before, and still couldn't decide. After a brief pause, Leon looked at the two clever little girls before him, their faces full of curiosity, and suddenly had an idea. He threw out a new question, wanting to tease the sisters a little. Do you two think your little sister looks more like daddy, or more like mommy? The two little girls immediately leaned toward the swaddle, their two little heads pressed close together as they studied her carefully for a long time, examining her features, brows, eyes, and outline one by one. Then they looked at each other, both wearing bewildered expressions, and shook their heads. We can't tell. Just as everyone was feeling puzzled, and the room had gone slightly quiet, Ross Visser slipped slowly, curved into a gentle smile, and a hint of mystery hid in her eyes. Of course you can't tell right after Abby is born. But you can look behind her. There's a surprise. Upon hearing that, Leon instinctively lowered his head to look at the swaddle. He only needed one glance for his entire face to freeze in shock. His pupils suddenly contracted, and he was stunned on the spot. The little daughter actually has a tail? The two little girls' eyes widened into perfect circles. Their eyes shone brilliantly, full of irrepressible surprise and curiosity, as they hurried to crane their necks and look. It's pink. I really want to touch it. Looking at the tiny delicate, soft pink little dragon tail behind the little one in the swaddle, Leon felt his heart collapse on the spot. The corner of his mouth twitched slightly, and he could only wail silently in his heart. Damn it. My prenatal education plan didn't work after all. In the end, did the dragon race scenes still seize the high ground? But a tale is a tale. If there's a fourth child in the future, I will definitely restore the glory of humanity. The instant those inner thoughts slipped defenseless out of his mouth, Leon himself suddenly snapped back to his senses. His words cut off abruptly, and his whole body instantly went rigid. Huh? A fourth? As soon as he realized what absurd thing he had just casually blurted out, his cheeks visibly turned red and hot. The scene became deeply awkward for a moment, and his eyes darted around in panic, as he hurriedly changed the subject. What am I even thinking? And ... How could that be possible? Just as the warm and cheerful atmosphere in the room was spreading, from outside the great doors deep within the palace, a majestic voice suddenly rang out. It carried overwhelming pressure, and a cold, severe aura swept through the entire holy hall. Bring her to me. The tall red dragon queen Isa Melkavi, with her dazzling red hair and a sharp, murderous aura wrapped around her, slowly walked into the silver dragon sanctuary. As she advanced step by step, her mind kept replaying the journey she had made rushing here from afar, and countless thoughts churned within her. After receiving the silver dragon sanctuary's request for help, Isa had immediately mobilized all of the red dragon forces under her command to rush over at top speed. But halfway there, they were intercepted layer after layer by a large force from the blazing dragon clan, deliberately delayed at every step. After dragging herself through bloody battle and exhausting effort to clear away every obstacle, she hurried to the border of the sanctuary, only to be stunned to discover that Constantine, the once world-famous blazing dragon king, had his enormous dragon head hung high upon the border wall. Isa questioned the guards of the silver dragon sanctuary, and the full sequence of the great battle soon became completely clear. But after hearing the entire truth, towering waves rose in her heart, and the shock inside her remained unsettled for a long time. That head of Constantine's was actually cut off by Zhao Luo Shuspan, that man who usually looked so frail and slender, like he could be blown over by the wind. Constantine was an ancient dragon lord who had lived for countless ages, with terrifying deep foundations, and unfathomable power. Even if she went all out in battle, she had no confidence she could kill him so easily. So what power did he rely on? How exactly did he do it? Carrying a heart full of doubt, and the momentum of coming here to demand answers, Isa stepped into the inner hall one step at a time. At first her icy aura was fully unleashed, and her expression was stern and imposing. But the moment her gaze fell upon the swaddle, and she saw that soft tiny doll-like, adorably squishy little baby, all the cold sharpness and pressure around her instantly vanished. The chill around her body faded, all her sharp edges softened completely, and she was utterly melted by the little one's cuteness. Nothing remained in her heart but boundless softness. Oh my, this little baby is just far too lovable for dragons. Come here, let your auntie give you a kiss. Mua. The original purpose with which she had traveled all this way across vast lands, bringing with her a chest full of questions and suspicions, was completely thrown beyond the clouds in that instant. Seeing this scene, Leon quietly let the great stone hanging in his heart fall away. He secretly let out a long breath of relief, and his shoulders, which had been tense the whole time, slowly relaxed as he muttered inwardly, just now when your sister came in looking so fierce, I thought she had found out about me. Seeing this amusing scene, Ross Visser's lips curved into a shallow smile. She understood perfectly and responded gently. Before she came through the door, she probably really did want to ask how you killed Constantine, But obviously, our youngest daughter is far more attractive than that question. Isa carefully held the soft, warm baby in her arms. The more she looked at her, the more she adored her. All the lines of her brows and eyes melted into tenderness, and brilliant joy spread uncontrollably across her face as she excitedly bragged, especially the color of her tail. It's a little lighter for now, but once she grows a little more, it might end up almost exactly like mine. The two little girls, Noah and Muin, hurried forward at once, eager not to fall behind, leaned in for a careful look, and both nodded vigorously in agreement. It's true. Isa lifted her eyes and looked toward the quietly standing couple nearby. With a teasing smile on her face, she lightly joked Zhao Luo, brother-in-law, why aren't you two saying anything? Don't like talking? Holding the soft little baby tightly in her arms, Isa adored her from the bottom of her heart. Then, right on the spot, she began teasing the baby tenderly, her words full of temptation as she tried to lure the innocent little one. Little darling, how about Auntie takes you back to the Red Dragon clan, hum? Auntie won't get married, and I won't have children. So 100 years from now, you'll be the next Red Dragon Queen. Leon, who had been standing there calmly just moments before, instantly had his expression change dramatically. The sense of crisis in his heart shot straight to the limit. His heart tightened, and he hurriedly stepped forward to stop her. Big sister, wait a moment. Isa was instantly amused by how Nxou San flustered he looked. Her eyes brimmed with teasing delight, as she waved her hand with a law, then reluctantly returned the child to her younger sister Rosvisser. Oh come on, I was just joking. Look how badly I scared you. You didn't soon late Leah. Leah, the relaxed teasing atmosphere gradually faded. All the smile on Isa's face disappeared. Her entire bearing changed in an instant, and all the overwhelming majesty unique to the Red Dragon Queen returned to her. A fierce and imposing aura swept through the whole room at once, and her expression became incomparably solemn and serious. Her sharp, deep eyes locked tightly onto Leon. No longer beating around the bush, she finally asked the core question that had been buried deepest in her heart all along. Now let's talk business. Brother dash and dash law. What exactly are you